Okay. In this slideshow, I will keep continue with the independent and dependent event, and I will show you some more examples and different question about independent dependent event. So let's keep continue with the spinner. Okay, we know the spinner is a independent event. We know for the spinner, it doesn't matter how many times you spin. Each time you spin, have the same probability. So we still have the same spinner with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the question changed now. What is the probability of spinning a 2 3 times in a row? So let me show up the pen. So that means if you spin a 3 times, okay, so the 3 times in a row, that means you spin a 1, a 2, a 3, you spin a 3 times. So as we know, it's independent. That means each of the time, the probability doesn't change. So the probability of spinning a 2 is always, how many 2 again? It's 1, 2. So the total outcome is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 2 out of 1 out of, sorry, 1 out of 5. So spinning a 2 is 1 out of 5 because you only have 1, 2. So the second time, because it's an independent event, the second time is also 1 out of 5. The third time is also 1 out of 5. So because we know the PA and B equal PA times by PB, so if the both happening means the probability times by together. So for this case, it happens 3 times. So that means the probability of A, the first probability, times by the second probability, times by the third probability will be 1 times by 1 times by 1 equal 1. 5 times by 5 times by 5 equal 125. It will be similar, very similar to the previous question. So it's the probability of the spin of 2 is 1 out of 5. So this happens 3 times. It's all the 1 out of 5 times by together. It's 1 out of 125. So you can also write a fraction as you writing a fraction or decimal as a 0.00a. But if the decimal is irrational, okay, or very very long, okay, I'd rather you writing a fraction. So always keep your answer in fraction. It will be just simplify. But if you're writing a decimal, sometimes it will be really a long and a big number. So, and for the second part, keep on going. What is probably just being a even number 3 times in a row? So just a little bit further. So what is even number? Before you go through this question, think about what is even number. So even number is the number 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, 12, 14. The number can divisible by 2. So in this spinner 1 to 5, we have 2 and 4 are the even number. 1, 3, 5 both out. So how many even number is 2 out of how many in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5. So the probability of being an even number is 2 out of 5. So that's the first time. Again, as we just mentioned about, the spinner is an independent question. So the second time is also a 2 out of 5. The third time is also 2 out of 5. So you just need to multiply by them together. 2 times by 2 times by 2 equal 8. 5 times by 5 times by 5 equal 125. So the probability of it being a 3 time even number in row is 8 out of 125. Keep continue. So let me bring up. Do you remember? Let me bring up the example about marbles. So you remember the marbles. So it is matter for the marbles if you put it back or replacing or not. So if you let me recover your memory a little bit when we're talking about the question yesterday, last video. So if you take out one red marble, you didn't put it back or you didn't replacing it. So the total number of the marble change. It was 32 marbles. So you add all them up. 10 add A add A add A. 6 equals 32. So you take out one red marble. So it's no longer 32 marble in total. It's 31. So you take out one red marble. It's no longer 10 red marble. It's 9 red marble. So this is a typical question about the dependent event. So each time you have to consider the probability has changed. So let me see the question this time. So what is the probability of choosing a blue marble? So this is fairly easy. How many blue we have is which is 8. How many in total? We already counted is 32. So when you have this fraction, you can easily see 32 can be 8 can be divisible by 32. So 32 divided by 8 equal 4. So it's no on both numerator and denominator. If you divide by 8 divided by 8 equal 1. 32 divided by 8 equal 4. So the probability of you choosing a blue marble is 1 out of 4. So it's 1 out of 4. So keep on going. What is the probability of choosing a blue marble and a green one? So this is what we're talking about. Like you have to consider this is a dependent probability event. So the probability will be changed. So after you choosing one which is blue, which is 1 out of 4, we just got it. But now does the green one still have so the green one is 8, right? The total number is 32. So it's also 1 out of 4. So does you also read 1 over 4? No, because you taking one blue marble out already. So the total number of the marble is no longer 32. It's reduced by 1, which is 31. And also you taking out one blue marble out. Does that affect the how many green? No. So the green still have 8 in total. So you can calculate, which is 8 over 124. Of course, you can simplify first because 8 divided by 4 equal 2, so which equal 2 over 31. Okay, let's continue. So we have the same bag as marbles. So what is probability of drawing a red, a blue, then a green? Okay, you can pause the video for a second and do by yourself, and then I will see if I got the same answer with you. So we have a total of 10 red marble. So it's 10 out of 32. The probability of drawing you draw a red marble is 10 out of 32, which we can simplify become 5 out of 16. So after you're taking out the one marble, so the total number no longer 32, is 31. And a blue marble is still 8. So the number of the blue marble we're taking out the one red, still 8 blue. And again, if you're taking out another one marble out, so the total number will become 30 this time. But green, still we have a 8. So the way to simplify is 16 divided by 8 equal 2. And 30 and 8, so you divide by 2 on both. You divide by 2 on both. Okay, let's do this together first. 30 divided by 5 equal 6. 6 and 8 both have 2 and 8 have 8 divided by 2 equal 4. Here is 4. And 4 and 6 have a 2 in common, which is 2 out of 3. So you can get the answer very quick without doing a very long calculation. On the numerator, you only have 2 left, and denominator 3 times by 31 equal 93. So last question. So a jar, this time we're talking about the coin. A jar have a 16 quarter and 10 nickels. So we only have 2 type of different coin, but we have a total of the total number is 26 and 2 different coin. So if the 2 coin are chosen, what is the probability of getting a 2 quarter? So similar question you can do by yourself first, then you watching my answer. So we have a 16 quarter. So the first time the probability of getting a quarter is 16 over 26, which is 8 over 13. And because now it's time for you to decide it's a dependent or independent event. So because you take 1 quarter out, it didn't tell you put it back or not. So we assume we didn't put it back. So you take out 1/4 out, so we only have 15/4 left. You're taking 1 out. So 16 divided by 1, subtract 1 equal 15. So you're taking out 1 out, so it's no longer 26, it's 25. So again, 15 and 25 you divided by 5, so it's 3 out of 5. So can you simplify? Nope. So you can get the answer 3 times by a equal 24. 5 times by 13 equals 65. So 24 out of 65 is the probably if you're choosing a 2 time, both are quarters. Okay, so it's 24 out of 65. So for the second part of this question, so if you're choosing a coin are chosen, what is the probability of getting 2 of the same coin? So last time we have the 2/4, which is 24 out of 64, 25 out of 20. I don't remember anyway. So that's the probability anyway. So, but also two same coin. If you're choosing a nickel first, the second one you also choosing a nickel. That's also considered the same coin, right? So if you add these two together, that'll be the all the probability of you getting a two same coin. So again, let's do. We already did the 2/4 one. So let's see the nickel one. So the nickel one. So total we have a 10 nickel. So the first time you're choosing a nickel is 10 out of 26. 26 in total because the second time because we already losing one nickel, so we have a 9 left. So it's 25, 9 over 25. So you add these two times up, so it's 5 over, okay, 10 out of 26 times by 9 over 25, which equal 9 over 65. So we already get the 2/4 is 24 over 65. The second time with 2 nickel is 9 out of 65. We add them up. 24 added 9 equals 33. 65 will keep the same denominator. So that's the answer.